it sort of sinks your heart a little bit seeing that, that's the only remains left after such a tragic event. Yeah.
Pain. It's like all weapons dangerous, but human nature opposed to have it.
And for me, it kind of reminded me of first like concentration camps you can visit in Germany, and like the same vibe to it. It's
Stupidity.
Stupidity.
Stupidity because all of the lives that could have been spared because of misjudgment of governments, etc. But
they are great uncle.
Great uncle.
He was talking about relative.
I see.
They're not talking about it.
Guys, where are you from?
Yeah, from Germany.
Yeah.
So how long are you being already here in Japan?
For like 10 days now in Japan generally, and just like for last night we arrived in Hiroshima.
What is the impression you got of Hiroshima?
I think, or like the first thing we saw was basically this park, and for me it kind of reminded me of first impression like concentration camps you can visit in Germany, and like the same vibe to it. It's kind of, you can see some parts of the ruins, but generally like you have sometimes like a vibrant places around or something, and it's like very beautiful, but still you can feel like the underlying weight kind of, the gravitas of this environment and what it means also for this place, and like a mixture of very saddening parts and also like now the beauty like of kind of like growing up again and like finding new peace with the situation kind of.
I see. How about you? What do you think?
Well, I feel the same, I think. When we went here yesterday, I think like all the things we saw, and it made me kind of really sad. Yes.
Interesting. So do you guys already visited the museum?
No, we haven't.
No, haven't. What do you think is going to be your impression? What are you expecting to see there?
Probably like some, I don't know, maybe like parts of ruins like little blocks and like maybe histories to which building they belonged, or maybe some like history and or like background for people that lived in this area, maybe like whose kind of home, neighbor, whatever got like obliterated. So yeah.
I see. Are you guys nervous to go in and see what it is?
Maybe not nervous, like at least I feel partially prepared. In university I read a book about Hiroshima in like an English class, which was, forgot the name, like an American author but who lived in Japan, who like talked a lot about the Hiroshima incident with natives, so there was a lot of like direct information, so maybe some familiar situations that just record on a large scale.
I see. What is the reason why you choose to come to Hiroshima? Did you came because of the culture, the history?
Mainly history, yeah.
History.
Especially as I said, with the book I read in university was very moving also, and really now that we are in Japan, mainly like the first motivation was more like to come because of Tokyo and so on, but then like naturally came like I want to see Hiroshima also when I'm here.
So what do you guys think about war? You know that even now we have wars between Russia and Ukraine, we have in Africa, in Nicaragua, we still have countries fighting wars. What do you guys think about them?
It's frightening, I guess, that, and still saddens me also. We went to the like hall of, I don't know what the exact name is around here, where you can also listen to like some audio logs from Japan, like fighters from the war. But it's saddening to see how many like young souls in general, like people lose their lives in a war they don't really have control of, like, or they don't decide that this war is going to happen. They're just like in the army, and now it's like their time to fight this war. Although like the people actually like deciding that the war starts are way top level and aren't really like in direct danger to that level. So that's the saddening part, as we see in Europe with Ukraine and so on. It's frightening. Yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
I think, I don't know, it's like, for me it's kind of weird because we see what happens afterwards and what happens to the people that are in the war, and still like it doesn't really change anything, even though it happens so much and like it's so bad.
What do you guys think we can do or help to like forget and leave all the wars and just live in peace?
That's a big question, but I think generally like it would be probably a wise choice, or like you think when people visit sites like Hiroshima or like other sites that actually like show the consequences of war and how it damaged or like caused all the pain for the innocent people involved in war and what it means and like the grand scale of such events when like maybe in your country that's fighting or when you think you're like on the right side of history and so on. They have a different perspective onto it, but when you actually look back on like on past wars and what it meant for the like whole of all the people involved, and even like the wrong side, there are like people that are still like to some degree innocent. They never choose that to happen. So be like more in contact and hear their perspectives on things and kind of the grief and so on of the place.
I see. Now we are in front of this building. So what is the thing what makes you feel? What makes you think when you see this?
I think mostly it's kind of surreal. Also when you read about it that like it was able to withstand kind of the impact of the bomb, and also like then the effort that went into from like the donators and generally like Hiroshima to actually like keep it alive to some degree. But I really like it that it's still here, and don't feel like I read about it that people were like torn apart, whether it's like good memory of like the incident or whether it's like always reminds you of what bad happened. But I think it's really nice way to kind of just have it here as like this part of a ruin and in this peaceful environment, I think.
I see. How about you?
Yes, I would say the same, especially when we see all the buildings that are around here, and to even imagine that it looked like that different back then. I think it's a really great reminder of that.
Thank you very much for your time. Where are you from?
I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
What's your favorite Japanese food? Ramen.
Here, it's better than ramen in the States. Here, it's much better.
Here is perfect. Did you saw the museum?
I haven't seen it yet.
No yet. What can we do to stop war?
Education.
Education.
People need to know about the history and past. And they need to learn something about the past, the war. Do not do it in the future.
I see. What do you think about nuclear weapons?
Devastation. Devastation. It hurts the environment, it hurts people, it hurts a lot of stuff.
We want to know if you have any relatives who fight in the World War II.
I had a great uncle.
Great uncle.
World War II, but he's already passed away, and he wouldn't talk about World War II.
I see.
They said not to talk to him about it. So we don't know what happened.
So we don't know what happened. Thank you very much for everything. Where are you from?
France, Lyon.
France. Ooh.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Ça va?
Ça va très bien, merci.
So, why did you choose Japan as a travel spot?
Why I chose Japan? Because it was a dream travel. I always dreamed to visit Japan, and especially the countryside, not the main cities like Tokyo or Osaka.
Why Hiroshima was one of your choices?
I'm passionate about his history, and there is many places in Japan to explore their history, and I think that Hiroshima is one of their main part, because it's also the history of the whole humankind that played here with this tragical monument. So that's why I traveled from Kyoto this morning to visit Hiroshima, just unfortunately for the day.
So what do you feel when you see, you were seeing at this building?
Stupidity.
Stupidity. Nice answer.
Stupidity, because all of the lives that could have been spared because of misjudgment of governments, etc. But this building takes place and reminds us that to be not stupid, but I don't think nowadays that we really understood the lesson.
I see. So did you already visit the Memorial Museum?
Not yet. I just arrived and I spent like an hour to just watch this building. It's very moved and a lot of things
came there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. What do you expect to see in the Memorial Museum?
I don't expect to see anything, but I will see things, I think.
I see, I see. Are you nervous? Are you more worried?
Worried, I think, because I don't know, yes, like I said,
What
what
to
to
expect?
expect visiting it. To see images or to see like how was this place before the bombing. And I think, yes.
What do you think about nuclear weapons?
It's fascinating how human can how can I say overthink about about weapons, and if they put the same energy in peace and how to make people not starving, etc. I think that they will succeed, but they're placing their focus on things that destroy human.
I see. So I can see that you disagree with them. So, what do you think about war?
It's just matters of geopoliticals and how they can take resources. I see that in Ukraine, the Russian government just want to take this place because of the resources that they may have. Many other wars in Africa, in Middle East, genocides, etc. that happens nowadays are in phase. I don't know how to say, but resources and geopolitical is the main topic for them.
Okay. What do you think we can help to stop wars?
Stop war.
As a pretty much normal person.
I don't know, educating our child, educating them to know what they are buying, because where the money is, the wars are following them. Mm-hmm. Many things like that, and I think that the future is awaiting us for more wars because of climate change, etc. I think that I'm a little bit pessimistic, but I want to be optimistic.
I see. Thank you very much for your time.
Gozaimasu.
Where are you from?
From France.
France. How long are you being here in Hiroshima?
We arrived today. Tomorrow we go to Miyajima, and after we come to Osaka.
What do you think or feel about this building?
Pain. I don't know really. It's really complicated to explain.
Mm-hmm.
When we see the situation actually angry.
Angry, I see anger. What do you think about nuclear weapons?
It's like all weapons. It's dangerous, but the human nature supposed to have it.
Do you guys agree with having weapons?
Not really.
Not really. What do you think about war? You know, we have war, for example, Russia with, Ukraine.
Most of time it's not necessary. Clearly, it's religious, this point of view, political, but in some moment it was necessary too for the evolution of human right, when talking is not sufficient.
Thank you very much. Where are you guys from?
We're from Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
Wow, is it now there is hot?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very
pretty
hot over there,
So-
like midsummer.
Here, do you guys feel it cold?
It's really chilly. Yeah.
Freezing.
Yeah, pretty
I
chilly.
see. How long here in Hiroshima?
Just today, just a day trip, yeah.
Just one day trip. I see. So now we are in front of the building after the bomb. Catch or do you learn anything new about reading it?
I actually didn't know about this building, like the existence of this building at all. So I think he knew about it and he told me like, oh, this is the one that's standing. So that was like my first time actually reading about it, and the fact of like the bomb exploded almost directly above the building, and that's why the structure still stands. and then this dome. I think that was quite interesting. That was completely new to me.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the purpose of the building. I didn't know that, a lot of consultancy business was done inside.
What is the feeling that you catch when you see this, when you saw it?
It sort of sinks your heart a little bit seeing that, that's the only remains left after such a tragic event. Yeah.
Why did you guys choose Hiroshima to come, to stop by?
I think it was it was quite accessible to get here, and it was like a little piece of history on top of like all the fun stuff that you get to do in Japan. And I think it's quite, like if you come to Japan and you can't not acknowledge the history and like everything that it's gone through.
Yeah, you can't come to Japan and just not see Hiroshima. It's a must.
It's a must, I see. Talking about history, when you guys were in school, what about, did they teach you about what happened in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, about the bomb?
I definitely, I do international studies as a degree, so we come across just everything to do with the war and all the different actors in it quite repeatedly. So I think it's hard to go through world history and not acknowledge one of the biggest things that's ever happened, especially with the first nuclear warfare ever. And I think with pop culture, with everything Oppenheimer and everything that's come up recently, it's hard to not just be oblivious about everything. So it does come across education quite a bit, yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I've definitely come across it with in high school, and like she mentioned, in pop culture it's something you definitely see. It's been hard to miss in the last year, actually, yeah.
Do you guys think the weapons, the nuclear weapons, are necessary in this war or not?
Oh, I don't think it's necessary, but I think it is quite, at least in the recent last couple of years of the political situation, it's come up repeatedly, the threats of it, and obviously you clearly see people threaten to use it across governments, different governments, and people still have a hold of it, but obviously no one would wish for it. I don't think it should be around, but can't really do much, can you?
Yeah, I see.
The necessity of weapons of mass destruction, I'm not sure. I don't think they're required, but
quite straightforward.
Yeah.
People.
What do you guys think about war? We have still countries fighting their own war. What do you guys think about it?
I guess it just depends on which perspective that you look from. Obviously, if you look at it from the government view, they all have their own agendas, medias, corporations. But I think from a very low-level citizen view, no one will stand there and go, yeah, I think we need to go to war. I think that will be beneficial for any of us. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, soldiers are just everyday citizens that will be pulled out from school, work, blah, blah, blah. And in the end, we'll all be harmed for a giant agenda that we don't really get to control the narrative of.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's really in our hands, is it? War is inevitable it's something that the government controls. We as citizens, we are just bystanders, pardon me, sorry.
What do you think we can do or help to stop wars and bring peace back?
Oh, that's a big question. I feel like if we had cracked that by now, we would be in a much better place in the world. But I guess just getting involved in the daily agendas and just being informed and not being ignorant and saying oh, it's not really my issue, it's far away from me. I think that's how you sort of lose sight of everything that's happening in the world. It's a privilege to say it's not my problem, it's far away. And as long as you stay involved in what's happening and you stay educated on different perspectives, I think you will be able to make an informed decision on where you stand and how you can react to things that happen.
I see.
I wish I had an answer to that. How can we attain peace? I'm stumped. Don't hate everyone.
It was a really good answer. Don't hate everyone.
Yeah.
I see. You guys already visited the Memorial Museum?
No, not yet. We're just
yet.
heading there.
I'm about to go, yeah.
I see. What do you guys think you are going to see there? What is your expectation
A lot of
you have?
very confronting, horrifying facts that we don't actually know. I feel like a lot of things we learn, especially in Western education, could be impacted by biases that we don't get to really see from in an Eastern education standpoint. So learning it from the point of view that where it happened, of the people who got most impacted, I think might be confronting to the way that we've been presented all the evidence and the issues and opinions.
I see.
Yeah, it will definitely be confrontational to see stuff that you don't usually see on media. I'm sure it'll be not pleasant to see so many victims and what people have had to go through, families of the people that passed away, unfortunately. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.